So we're gonna load up mission 3. Lucifer, wait, right? Lucifer Within Us? I forgot the name of this already. Yeah, Lucifer Within Us, one more mission. Oh, God. Okay, I'm glad this is essentially a 3.5 hour game. I think I made it a little longer than it had to be. But I'm having fun with it. I may have put too much pressure on myself to do well. Whatever. I'm going to explain my thought process first. What I read about it was you could fail the different inquisitions, whatever you want to call them, the investigations. And I thought, oh God, I'm not going to do these a second or third time. I hope I get them right. Poisoned my father Augustine against me. Gregory Abbott, Abbott Gregory. Ordered I remain outside of chapel. Hey, you stand outside. I hope it rains. At midnight, the gathered pilgrims lifted their voices and praised God. But they were cut short by a thunderous crash. Another soul taken. What? A third death? I like how it just stamps it.
Virgil, where's Abbot Gregory? What interrupted his mass?
The abbot. His death was the interruption. A third murder, I'm afraid. The lights went out during mass. Moments later, the statue of Saint Walpurga crashed down from the ceiling, impaling Abbot Gregory with its spear.
Oh my God.
An assassination, then. But why?
Que
We must
pero.
determine who is possessed immediately. Examining the facts will reveal Ain Sof's truth. How was the statue held in place?
Due to its weight, we had to rely on using aether-powered restraints to hang it above the altar. Which means the killer must have sabotaged the 2 power generators on the balcony floor. There were only 2 people on the balcony during the mass. I've detained them for interrogation. I've sent the pilgrims back to town, lest they panic and disturb the evidence.
Excellent work, Virgil. Who are the suspects?
You already know them. Brother Gideon and Father Augustine.
Oh, good. Hey, they save money on voice actors.
Since you are a key witness to the events, I will of course hear your testimony as well. May Ain Sof show us the truth behind all of today's events.
Oh, man. Oh, man. Look at all this stuff. Can I just click on it? Okay, I'm gonna oh, I gotta walk up there. Son of a... Alright, number 3. Alright, let's look at this organ. Massive musical instrument similar to the organ of the Cybernetics Tower. Okay. Alright, we have our West generator. Maybe they both did it, because there's two more golem guys, daemons. This generator normally powers the lights and the ether restraints in conjunction with its counterpart, the ether alchemy. It's been fried by some sort of ether discharge. I mean, our boy Gideon knows how this stuff works. Cannot be denied. Alright, let's look at the bell. Ritual bell! Evidence bell. Old bronze bell rung during mass. How about a hammer? Ritual hammer. Two-handed bronze hammer used to ring the ritual bell during mass. Okay. Each generator. Yeah. Generator normally powers the lights and the ether restraints in conjunction with its counterpart, the west balcony. It's been fried by some sort of etheric discharge. Oh. Cybernetic remains. Found near the power generator on the east balcony, overloaded and shattered to bits. Okay. Alright, I'm just going to do one more lap of the upstairs, just in case I miss something. Okay, I missed nothing. I'm the best. Alright, I have renewed faith. Man, I wish I would have played this sooner. But I guess I just wasn't mentally ready to play this sooner. Alright, the 3 chuckleheads right there. I'm going to examine the statues. Oh, the spear's ready too. The spear's ready that the dude was trying to get built. Augustine. Hanging stone statue of Saint Walpurga. It was recently outfitted with a spear relic and suspended above the altar using restraints. Nah, I want to see the spear. I want to see the spear? The spear held, it appears to have etheric mechanisms of unknown origin. Alright, look at the body. Abbott was stabbed through his chest. I guess we could have just like had the statue fall on his head too. He's an old man. Old men don't really handle statue falls that well. Okay, I'm gonna talk to this guy first. Virgil. Yep, divine justice. I only wish I could act as inquisitor here, but I submit to your authority. This is what I witnessed tonight. I think I'll let everybody do their thing, and then I'll start talking to him since...
We arrived shortly before the mass began.
And I'll ask after everything's done.
Inquisitor, prepare.
As you command. I began my patrol by securing the east side of the balcony. I saw Gideon examining the ritual bell.
Okay, Gideon's over here. He's way down there.
Then, I patrolled the south balcony.
Gideon's gone. Music's pretty good. Gideon's back over here.
Everything appeared to be in order, so I ended my patrol and watched over the chapel from the south balcony.
Okay, I'm back out as far as I can. Wait. How did somebody get over there? What the hell? Oh, they could probably have walked up over there. I wonder who that was. Right? I didn't miss anything. Okay, that's just lights. Okay. I can't see anything.
As I heard the ritual bell ring for the second time, the lights went out. I suspected foul play, so I headed towards the west generator. Along the way, I discovered Gideon lying unconscious.
Where? Okay. It's neat that they have line of sight things. I mean, it's barely been used. It's mostly been talking, but they show it when
To
they
protect the remaining generator, I ran towards the east balcony. Along the way, I heard an explosion.
You should walk over there.
Then, the statue's aether restraints deactivated, dropping and impaling Abbot Gregory.
What a way to go.
Rest in peace. When I arrived at the generator, Augustine was standing nearby, smirking at the carnage he caused. I arrested him there and then.
I mean, how do you friggin' You notice anything about Abbot Gregory when you're arriving? Obviously agitated by the chapel security. You get to send me off to secure it. Okay, got it. While you're on the east balcony, you notice anything strange? Nothing of note. Generator seemed fine.
Then, I patrolled the...
While you were on the south balcony, did you notice anything strange? Nope, don't think so. Okay,
Everything appeared...
why did you position off the south of the south? Getting a clear vantage point of the entire chapel. But we couldn't see the friggin' generators. Are you certain about the timing? Absolutely. Second ring in the ritual bell. Perhaps the culprit rigged something to the bell or hammer that caused the lights to fail.
I suspect...
Gideon was lying unconscious. Why didn't you help him? As cruel as it sounds, I had little choice to leave Gideon there. The culprit was going to strike again. I had to hurry.
To protect the remaining...
An explosion. From where? Somewhere on the north end of the east balcony, so it probably was the east generator.
Then, the statue...
You saw this with your own eyes, the restraints fail. That's right. Shortly after the explosion, the restraints flickered out, which caused the statue to come crashing down.
When I arrived at...
You seem certain that Augustine's the culprit. Did you see him sabotage the generator? No, I arrived too late for that. However, there wasn't anyone else nearby. Had to be him. All right, what do you think about this? Expertly crafted, musical instrument. The acoustic in the cathedral are built for it as well. West generator, in order for us to unleash the statue, both generators may be shut down almost simultaneously. But how did the culprit cross between the balconies so quickly? Maybe they're both in on it. This is the bell used for mass. Abbot Gregory appointed Father Augustine the bell ringer. Okay, so he was on that side, it looked like, at the time. The hammer has been in the abbey since before I was stationed here. Perhaps the culprit used it to attack some of the damaged generators. In order to unleash the statue, both generators need to shut down in quick successions. How the culprit... Yep, we got that part. These were found in the east generator. I have no idea what they are. They're cybernetic remains. Okay. Father Augustine brought the statue here the other night. I thought it dangerous to hang it above the altar, but the abbot insisted. He wanted to glorify the saint. Spear is what killed. Why is the statue hold in the first place? Because it's pretty, probably. Other than his crushed chest, there appear to be no other wounds to his body? An impaling of a huge spear? My dude. Alright, I'll ask you about everybody too. Isn't proper to speak of the ill the dead? Abbot cared more about his own glory. Yes, I believe that. If only listened to you, he would still be alive. Maybe. Do not trust him. He is hiding something, I know it. Man, I think it's this guy now. He may have been exonerated from the other murder. It doesn't mean he's blameless here. Wait, did I click on her? Oh no, it's Gideon. I thought that was Mother Miriam. I'm a loyal servant. Don't blame me, essentially is what he's saying. Alright, we're going to Gideon. We're just going to get everyone's basic...
This can't be happening. Yet another death? Am I to be blamed again?
Bad place, bad time. I have to pee yet again, man. I drank a gallon of water so far today, and it's just coming right through me. All right.
Calm yourself.
Okay, I am innocent. Even more, I'm a victim here. I was attacked. Surely, that puts me above suspicion. That's a good way to obfuscate the truth. You were attacked by whom? Couldn't see them. Whoever it was, they attacked me from behind. I was knocked unconscious until the guards found me. You know what? Let's
At
just
the
see what
start of the
happens.
night, I was waiting near the organ.
I like how it's knocked unconscious. You know, I'll ask him now. Who cares? Had nothing else to do? You already had... Oh, god damn it. I already have to contradict this. Maybe the attack damaged my memory. Dude, I love a cybernetic monocle. What you say does sound familiar. Did I misremember? I do recall being by the bell. When exactly did that happen? Let me think. Okay, let's try this for realsies, buddy.
Given the tragic events of this morning, I examined the condition of the east generator to ensure the safety of the chapel.
Oh man, that's a bad thing to do. Why? I know everything was in order. It's extremely unlikely that failure was an accident. Okay. I checked the bell by ringing
I
it.
checked the ritual bell. As I was doing this, I saw Inquisitor Virgil gazing at the altar.
It's not closer to Virgil. What was he doing? He walked to the overhang near the altar. I assume he wanted to inspect something. To the overhang near the altar. I don't know what that means. Is that different than what he claimed to have done?
I knew Mass was about to begin, so I headed back to the organ.
We'll ask you. Did you see anyone or notice anything? Yes, it was easier than going up or down the stairs. I don't recall seeing anyone else. Alright, he's like me. I don't want to walk up downstairs if I don't have to. He must have been downstairs. I didn't see him. Okay. Alright, let's rock and roll. Well, this guy's memory's almost done.
When the Mass began, I played the entry hymn on the organ. I think I played well enough, though I didn't have much time to practice it.
Hey, I forgot to ask you about it. Was the hymn a communion from Father Augustine? Yes, it was a magnificent piece. Okay.
After the opening hymn, I listened to Abbot Gregory's sermon. It was a pretty good one.
Yeah, not bad. I'm just looking to see if there's shadows that I'm missing. And now he's knocked unconscious?
Praying together to Ein song.
And now he's knocked unconscious?
When the ritual of communion began, someone attacked me from behind. I fell unconscious until just now.
Okay, let's just... is this gonna be different than, oh hey, you're a narcissist? I wonder how long that was like that. Yikes. Was him a communion? Okay, yeah. Truly, you're laying on the floor the whole time. That's right. By the time I woke up, Pilgrim's all been sent away. Alright, let's just see what happens. Do we see not? Oh, wait. There's a body. Wait. First bell. Second bell. Third bell. Explosion. What the hell is this? Okay. Wait, were you knocked unconscious again? Oh, it's just a glitch in the game. Okay, what's happening here? Wouldn't he have seen my attacker? I mean, that's very true. All I know is it's dark when I woke up. Okay, fine. Gideon. If Inquisitor Virgil found me, then he didn't help me get up. I was alone when I woke up. I guess he had more important things to do. That's true. I obviously didn't see him. I was unconscious. Okay, yeah.
After when the Mass...
I don't know whether Inquisitor was doing this. I was busy playing the hymn and listening to sermon.
I knew Mass was about...
Yeah, I saw Inquisitor Virgil while I was inspecting the ritual bell. So we have corroboration.
Given the tragic events of this...
I didn't see him arrive because I was on the balcony floor. Okay. Well, what do you think of this guy? Words can be impulsive, but he didn't have a reason to harm the abbot. What do you think of yourself? I'm the best. I'll assist you. Blame the other guy. His obsession with demons is distasteful. This old man's dead. I was looking forward to a new face during sermons. Mother Miriam would have been a great successor. Did he plan this whole thing? Now I've lost both. What a shame. Shattered confidence. He no longer trusts himself, questioning his own memory and confidence. Perhaps he did make a mistake after all. I've done nothing wrong, but I can't help worrying that I'm slipping under the pressure somehow. Okay. And might as well ask you about everything. Unlike the argument, this one just means mention without any aesthetic purpose. Wait, etheric purpose. It could not have affected the generators in any way, nor any other devices. Generators work in tandem to provide power. Each is a backup for the other. Only one's enough to power everything. Bell is older than the cathedral. Reuben used to make sure that it was well maintained. This is his own hammer. No enhancements. Heavy and be very difficult to damage generators with his hammer. Okay, good to know. Okay, yeah. The two things work together. Got it. What is this? Maybe you know. These were found by each generator. It's hard to say, but I would guess that it used to be an arm. It's a rather advanced model. We've only made these for the Inquisitors. It can discharge etheric energy to incapacitate somebody. Interesting. Even support remote activation, useful for ambushing fugitives, I suppose. Interesting. We hung the statue just last night. Due to its weight. Yep, got it. Reuben restored the power to the sphere. Did Reuben know this work would be used for murder? For murder! I'm glad his head's intact. Okay. As the Church's elite force, Inquisitors are the only ones equipped with aether emitters in their arms. No one else could obtain an arm like this, not in any official way. Theoretically, someone could sever the arm from an Inquisitor and directly cause the emitter to discharge. They require great knowledge of etheric technologies. Oh man, that could be either of them. Certain cybernetic parts allow the user to temporarily detach them and control them at a distance. I couldn't rely on it for delicate, sophisticated movement. I mean, it could be the guy then. All right. Thank you. Come again. Now we talk to Augustine, and then we go back to Virgil.
Ah, poor Abbot Gregory. We had such hopes and plans. If only he had listened to your sage advice, Sister Ada. Perhaps he would be safe now.
You were on the other end of this, saying that he shouldn't listen to me.
You.
F you.
I cannot ignore that you are the link. Everything that has happened today points back to you, Augustine.
It must be a tragic coincidence. The abbot was my friend and trusted ally. I wished him no harm.
Explain your actions. What were you doing on the balcony?
With Mother Miriam's passing, Abbot Gregory needed someone to ring the ritual bell. I volunteered. It was an honor.
All right. Let's go.
The abbot, Virgil, and I arrived at the chapel just before the Mass.
The abbot, Virgil, and I. Okay. I'm going to ask a question. Yes, Abbot Gregory sent Inquisitor Virgil away to patrol the balcony floor. Abbot himself went to the altar while I took my seat in the pews. Okay.
Inquisitor, prepare.
As you command.
When I headed to my seat for the Mass to begin, I was rather excited for the proceedings.
Alright, we're done talking. What were you excited for? All my labors, all my scholarship points, the statue of him all gather in place. At last, the ritual communion could be performed. Of course, I was excited. Okay.
We began by singing the hymn of communion. It was glorious.
Yeah, why would I be doing anything else? I did not translate him just to hear sung by other pilgrims. No, I had to be part of this glorious moment. I was singing it with all my heart. Okay.
When the sermon started, I headed to the balcony to prepare to ring the bell.
Okay. I'm going to ask. Sitting on the balcony floor. That's right. It's on the ground floor until then. I mean, it's Virgil. We want it to be like this guy, but it's not this guy. Okay. So let's see if we see him here. No. Ring the bell.
I rang the bell to announce the start of communion. I noticed Gideon was absent from the other
Oh,
balcony,
God.
but didn't think much of it at the time.
Okay.
I rang the bell a second time.
Second time ring the bell. I'm sure it's just a coincidence. Okay. Oh, yeah. Whatever. Okay.
Suddenly, the lights went out, and the chapel was covered in darkness. I stood calmly by the bell, waiting for someone to fix the problem.
Sister Ada, not everyone as nosy as you are. Besides, I didn't want to get in the way and ruin any precious evidence or incriminate myself somehow. Sudden light went out, darkness. I said, call me by the bell, waiting for someone to fix the problem. Alright, let's see if someone runs by. And yet the bell ring again. I'll ask him about the bell ringing again. And then that exploded.
Moments later, the statue dropped from the ceiling.
Cool. Yes. One to the other, nothing was holding in place. Okay. Arrested near the bell.
And I saw the abbot impaled by the statue. I'll never forget that image. That's when Virgil arrested me.
Because I had nothing to fear from Virgil. I have great faith in your abilities, Sister Ada. I knew you'd prove my innocence as you shall examine the facts. Oh, man. I'm going to contradict with that. You were not standing by the bell. They're going to be just saying that they did it. What does a few feet matter? You're the only one near the generator before the statue fell. Perhaps you sabotage all, but I only approached the generator because I heard an explosion. I arrived after the sabotage, not before. Alright, we're just going to do your head thing first before I forget. Alright, break open his head sphere. Oh, what? He's prideful. I think that's Lucifer. I'm going to ask you about your pride. So you see deep within me interesting, difficult to remain humble when I feel everything that happens very predictable. All right.
Suddenly the lights went out and the chapel was covered in darkness. I stood calm.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I meant to say let's contradict with hammer. Present. Let's contradict with the bell. It rang 3 times.
What is going on? But I saw.
It's too dark to see clearly who it was. Okay, we're gonna see what happens.
Moments later, the statue dropped from the ceiling.
Where did you go over there?
Suddenly, the lights went out, and the chapel was covered in darkness. I stood calmly by the bell, waiting for someone to fix the problem. Then I heard an explosion. I discovered that the power generator was damaged. Moments later, the statue dropped from the ceiling.
Okay.
But I saw the abbot impaled by the statue. On the other balcony, I could see someone looking down at the altar. That's when Virgil arrested me.
Okay. Magnificent instrument from the performance. I'm done reading all this stuff out loud, I think. Could see what happened on this generator from where I was standing. Ritual bell. It's an old bell. Maybe older than yourself. Alright. quite some heft to this thing. Just before the statue dropped, I heard an explosion from this generator. Just for the statue. Oh, I clicked on the same thing twice. These were found by the generator. They must be what caused the explosion I heard. I didn't know what they are, buddy. I commissioned the statue for tonight's mass. After all, we're celebrating something. Spirit. There's a relic on Earth. The research was damaged. Spirit. Something. I asked Ruben. I am just apparently done with this. Maybe I should have stopped. How unfortunate that it was used for a bloody purpose and on my dear old friend. Did I? No, I think I just. No, I didn't do the body. Stab through the chest. Killer certainly has a flair for the dramatic, poor Gregory. See if you know about this. This is what Virgil used to save your life. What? It's fortunate that Inquisitors would only use such a device for good. It'd be such a terrible harm in the wrong hands. What? Fascinating. I suppose this explains how Saboteur could have been in 2 places at once. Slightly confused. Okay, you are Augustine. So I'll ask you about this. I didn't see him do this. I was on the ground floor. Oh yeah, right. This is gonna get annoying. Didn't see him do it. Didn't see him do it. Couldn't see him, but I heard him. Magnificent performance.
When the sermon...
Unfortunately, I was focusing on the bell. Didn't really recall.
I rang the bell.
Perhaps he was attacked as he says. Okay.
When the abbot, Virgil, and I
can verify that he was with us. Then the abbot sent off to patrol the balcony.
When I headed to...
Okay, I did not see him. However, I have no reason to doubt this either.
We began...
I've yet... I cannot say whether he's demonstrated.
When the sermon...
I don't recall seeing him on the south balcony at the time. Perhaps I just didn't notice. Lights, yes, light to go out at the time. Okay. However, I don't recall seeing Inquisitor Virgil on the south balcony then. Fear I had difficulty seeing much of anything in the darkness, but perhaps he did his claim. I could not see any of it in the darkness. Man, they're really pushing.
Then I heard an explosion.
Perhaps he did his claims. Couldn't see any in the darkness. Yeah, okay. See ya. Alright, we're going back to you, buddy. And since you're the first one we talked to... Augustine! Let's ask. Yes, he arrived with me. I thought I'd keep an eye on him. Didn't do a good enough job. Let's ask you about yourself. Nope. Let's ask you about this guy. Didn't see this myself.
I began my...
Yes, I saw him at the bell. Is that what he claims? Or I remember seeing him do this.
Then,
I'm not sure what he was doing at this time. Ask about that. While you're on the south balcony, did you notice anything strange? I don't think so.
Everything appeared to be in order, so I ended my patrol and watched over the chapel from the south balcony.
Ask him about that. Why'd you... Oh, wait. Whatever, I don't care about that. Yes, I'm listening. During my patrol, you seemed quite taken aback. I saw him approach the bell. Ask. I saw him ring the bell. Yes, I think he rang the bell again. I don't believe for a second you're standing there. But there's some sort of sound
to protect
generators. So I heard the explosions as well. This isn't going to go well. Portable aether emitters enforce the will. They are non-lethal, of course. Gideon is correct that Inquisitor arms can operate from a distance. Truthfully, I haven't had a need to do so. I much prefer direct confrontation. So, what we're going to do is we're going to say, hey,
everything appeared
we're going to contradict
in order,
this.
So I ended my patrol and watched over.
We're going to contradict this with this. We're going to contradict this with this. Okay. We're going to contradict...
As I heard the ritual bell ring for the second time,
that
the lights went out.
That. With that. With fucking that. Okay.
I suspected foul play,
We're gonna
so I
contradict...
headed towards the west generator. Along the way, I discovered Gideon lying unconscious.
Go to this, contradict with this. Okay, you know what? Return. We're going to contradict this with this. With this. with this, with this, with
I began my patrol by securing the
contradict
east
it.
side of the balcony.
this. It only took 10 tries. Okay. Get inside on the balcony, looking down upon the abbot and Augustine. Didn't want to distract you with trivial details. Watching the two of them, I suspect Father Augustine was up to something. Alright, we just have to do this one first. Alright, we're going to break down your barriers. One part at a time. Wrath. That's way worse than being broken. Okay, what did you do? This is Virgil.
We are at the abbot's behest. I patrolled the upper floor of the chapel.
Okay.
First, I secured the east balcony.
So now this is all confirmed.
I went up the balcony, but I listened in on the abbot and Augustine. I think they were discussing the ritual of communion. At the abbot's behest,
Okay. Nothing of note. Generators seem fine. Okay.
I went up.
What did you overhear exactly? They were lamenting the deaths. Okay, great. That seems okay.
I was suspicious of Augustine, but I continued my duties by continuing my patrol.
Okay, I'm gonna leave you alone. Goodbye. I'm now gonna go over to you. You know what? Let's go back to you and say, hey, I have a question.
When I headed to my
contradict
seat
this
for the
with
mass to
this.
begin,
What were you doing? What were you discussing? Ah, he saw us very well. Abbot, Gregory, and I did speak. It's true. We were discussing ritual communion. We want to do everything to be perfect. That is different. Okay.
at the altar, the abbot and I discussed the ritual significance of the mass tonight.
Okay. Shaken by warnings, just as the mass about to start, we became fearful. Well, we stopped. I started reminding me why we chose this path. The true voice was in the ether, and he believed you, of course, because it's the truth. Ritual communion would allow us to hear it as our ancestors once did. I admit that we knew perhaps a possession could also occur. We deemed it an acceptable risk. It would be a worthy price to pay in order to restore our connection to God. Our words gave him heart, as sermon was more brilliant than ever. Of course, he wouldn't expect his own life to be the price. Ritual was incomplete. What a waste. So every murder caused by a demon in this realm.
When I headed to my seat for the mass to begin, I was rather excited for the proceedings.
What are you excited for? Culmination. Oh my God, he said that already. Okay, I got it. Okay. All right, we're done talking to you for a minute. I want to talk to Third Boy. Oh wait, I'm not done talking to you. Let's figure out your stupid brain issue. Okay. Oh, you don't have wrath? That's Virgil. Alright, we're done talking to you. Goodbye. I wonder if I asked him about his pride. I must have. We're going to go back to these guys. We're just going to keep running in a friggin' circle jerk. So, from here... Okay. I took a picture of it. Whatever. From here, I say
when the ritual of communion began, someone attacked me from behind.
Present. That's why he kept waking up in the thing too. So I'm looking down from the west balcony. Since Virgil is behind Augustine, it has to be you. What were you really doing? Did you lie about the attack too? I was really attacked. I woke up before the statue fell. I was trying to fix the generator. Let's dig out your I-beam. This is second layer. There's one more layer to... Okay, so fear and uncertainty. I mean, that's a scary combo. Being framed for Moida isn't great if you're if you want to, you know, do something.
After the opening hymn.
Yeah, you would make it up.
When the ritual of communion began, someone attacked me from behind. I fell unconscious until just now.
It's Virgil using his zappy power. All right.
Sometime later,
Corporate was long gone. Didn't see much around you. Lights were out. Got it. Moving on. Okay.
So I headed to the west power generator and inspected it. It was completely fried. There was nothing I could do to restore it.
Clearly this didn't work. What happened? If it had been a minor malfunction, I'd have quickly fixed it by hand. Unfortunately, this circuit was completely fried. There was nothing I could do. Go on. Statue drops.
As I was inspecting the generator, I heard an explosion from the east balcony. Then the statue dropped from the ceiling.
How did it drop? Presumably the restraints were deactivated. Okay.
I peered over the balcony to see Abbot Gregory was impaled by the statue's spear. He was killed. I wish I'd been unconscious.
Had nothing to do with the death. I swear it. Okay. So, you're mostly checking out, man. This isn't looking good.
And so I headed to the west power generator and inspected it. It was completely fried. There was nothing I could do to restore it.
Contradict you with one of these. Present. I don't know what I mean either. All right, we're gonna leave you alone then. All right. Return. Leave. So now we're going back to this chucklehead. Yeah. Virgil, because he has too many things that, too many questions. Demasiado preguntas. What are we doing?
We had every right to protect the remaining generator. I ran towards the east balcony. Along the way, I heard an explosion. Everything appeared to be in order. So I...
Okay, okay.
As I heard the ritual bell ring for the second time, the lights went out.
Contradict with this. I'm lost here. Is this where I just say you did it? Even though I don't know? I mean, this is why I think you did it, because of the stupid arm stuff. I don't think I asked you about Wrath. Oh, we're here. Yeah. Okay. Wait. He didn't see him in the south.
Everything appeared to be in order, so I ended my patrol and watched over the chapel from the south balcony.
Contradict with this. They both say you weren't at the south area. Is why I'm using that for contradiction. What else can I use? Okay, return. I'll say contradict with turn.
I suspected foul play, so I headed towards the west generator. Along the way, I discovered Gideon lying unconscious.
Contradict. Let's just see what happens if we do this. Okay, wake up, present. Okay, here's a conflict. Okay. I don't know how that worked out. Gideon was not awake then. Great. So I'm gonna leave and talk to you, and you're gonna say the same thing, and it's gonna frustrate me. We're gonna say
sometime
contradict.
later, I woke up in darkness.
Okay, here's a conflict.
Sometime later, I woke up in darkness.
Just following this through. Okay. Then let's ask.
So sometime later,
Ask you. Okay. Well, we're gonna leave. And we're gonna ask you about these things. Ask. I couldn't see what Gideon was doing.
Suddenly,
Perhaps he did his claims. I could not see if okay. What were you doing? Not everyone's as nosy as you. Didn't want to get in the way, so you stayed there.
when the sermon started, I headed to the balcony to prepare to ring the bell.
Okay, that's when you're on the balcony.
I rang the bell to announce the start of communion.
Okay.
I noticed Gideon was absent from the other balcony, but didn't think much of it at the time.
Contradict with this? So Gideon, I was getting messed up with that. Okay.
I rang the bell a second time. Suddenly, the lights went out and the chapel was covered in darkness. I stood calmly by the bell.
Let's contradict it. Forget it. Okay.
Then I heard an explosion. I discovered that the power
Contradict it?
generator was damaged.
Now I'm just reaching for straws. Not gonna lie. Hear explosion. Okay. Yeah, return. Contradict with remote. I have an arm. Present. Okay, so not that. Return.
So when we
So
began
you were
by
down there
singing the hymn of communion, when I headed to
doing
my
that
seat,
nonsense.
we
All
began by
this is
singing the
good.
hymn of communion. It was glorious.
You know what? Frick it. I think I have an answer. I'm gonna accuse you. I have an answer. Yeah. I'm gonna accuse you. Oh. Okay, opportunity one. Oof. When this happened, present. No one heard the explosion. I think it's certainly relevant. About Gideon, true, he claims he was attacked from high, lying unconscious. He vampire opportunities. Okay, yes, this is absurd. For the sake of argument, let's say I did those things. What if I was one that? Okay, when could I have sabotaged each generator without being seen? We say remote. Oh. Yeah, yeah. So you do it. Right then. What's that? This time. You do it with your Inquisitor arm. At the same time. Oh, right here. Present. Means. Okay. Return. Oh, wait. No. What could I have used to damage your Inquisitor arm? Okay, the East Center blew up before I could cross the balcony. How could I destroy it? Remote operation. Early in the night, you detached your right arm and placed it in the generator. Thanks to your cape, no one noticed your missing arm. After you attacked Gideon, the West generator remained right arm. Okay, boom. Now we need motive. Sworn, why would I betray my faith? Why would I harm the abbot? Wrath? Wait, no. They go wrath. Present. You killed because your faith is twisted in the wrath, and you discovered they do stuff, and they decide to become the fist of God to take matters in your own hands. You know what? Let's accuse him. I'm over this.
You are the only one that could have killed the abbot. It wounds me that you have been corrupted so. I trusted you, and yet when I examine the facts, it is the unavoidable truth.
Perhaps I am a sinner, but the abbot was too, long before I gained my office. Father Gregory was well deserving of death. Try as I might, I can't regret what I... And you, Augustine, you too deserve divine punishment for the part you played. You and the abbot risked the lives of everyone for your dangerous ritual. I may have killed one sinner, but in doing so, I saved the lives of many innocents and executed the will of... You wish to hear the truth? Listen well.
Okay. And begin.
We arrived shortly before the mass began.
Inquisitor, prepare.
As you command. I suspected that Augustine was up to no good, so I planned to eavesdrop on him and the abbot while patrolling. I was sickened by what I heard. They knew that the mass would weaken St. Walpurga's seal and caused him off. That's when I saw a way to take care of both the abbot and Augustine. First, I attached my right arm to the east generator. Then, I pretended to resume my patrol. Through remote activation, I could damage the generator from far away.
Okay.
I waited near the organ for the sermon to end and approached Gideon from behind.
So I was thrown by the extra bell ringing. That was one of the big things that threw me.
When Augustine rang the bell, I attacked Gideon with my remaining arm. No one heard the impact because of the bell. When Augustine rang the bell a second time, I used my remaining arm to disable the west power generator. The lights went out, which gave me cover to escape.
Okay.
Before the guards could find me, I ran to the south balcony. And now everything was in place. I remotely activated the arm, which destroyed the remaining generator. The statue fell. Abbot Gregory was killed, and Augustine was the only one standing near the generator. All that remained was to arrest that snake Augustine. Everything went to plan, and thousands of lives were saved. I have no regrets.
Okay. Alright, which demon do we
Even
exorcise?
Inquisitor Virgil has fallen prey to the tempting whispers of the daemons. I must speak the daemon's true name.
I mean, I want to pretend like
guide
it's
me
Lucifer.
to the truth. What daemon has possessed
Not
Virgil?
him. Probably this one.
Out, Satanas! Leave this soul and return whence you came!
Dude.
Do you feel the resonance, exorcist? The most righteous, stalwart servant of the church, corrupted by his own zeal. Beautiful. One might wonder how it is the faithful worship of even Ein Sof can cause murder.
Silence! Ein Sof will purify Virgil's soul, Satana. You are a scourge. Your very nature corrupts men's souls. Even one so strong as Virgil. Let humans be free of vengeance, Satanas. I banish you to the aether!
Hate me. Let your blood boil. Besides, we've already won. Pray to your Ein Sof as much as you like. It will all come to the same in the end.
Speak to me, Virgil. Are you safe?
Sister Ada, thank you. I wasn't sure I could be cleansed. I can't look at myself. I failed Ein Sof. I failed my vows. It's up to you now. Avenge me. Bring Augustine to...
Glory to Ein Sof. You are victorious, sister. Yet,
Augustine.
but I have hardly done. Consider these poor sinners that you've exorcised. A craftsman whose jealousy of his brother drove him to dangerous sabotage. An embalmer whose cannibal hunger was stoked by fresh meat. An inquisitor whose so-called justice led him to murder. Are they truly deserving?
That is not our place to decide. Only Ein Sof may judge us.
And yet you've seen their demons. The innocent can't house monsters.
They were victims of demonic influence.
It's true that the Spear of Walpurga hosted demons, with potential for contagion. However, their exposure was merely the catalyst. What happened after? They would hide their true selves behind false piety. All I have done, it's right and just that their truth is revealed. Now, let us unmask the world.
There's a part 4? I'm taking a break. I am not going to do part 4.